Hello everybody, Chan Shady's here and welcome back to another video. Just recently I was browsing around YouTube and I found something actually pretty interesting that I never heard of before. It's something called a Duraburb, okay? Basically, imagine like a Suburban or a Yukon XL or even like the Cadillac Escalade like ESV, some kind of like longer General Motors SUV, except with the big 6.6 liter V8 turbo diesel Duramax engine from the big Silverado 2500 HDs. And these things were stupid. A lot of these things had aftermarket turbo systems on them and were pushing well into the 500 horsepower marks. Some of these things were even pushing like almost 1,000 horsepower. Basically, all of them were making over 1,000 pound-feet of torque. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my own version of a Duracon in Offroad Outlaws. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into the dealership. Let's go and buy ourselves a Tahoe so we can go ahead and see what we want to do. Now the only thing I'm like curious about is like what color I want to do for this thing. Now this is actually kind of like a desert tan color like what I have on the Tundra. And it's really cool actually, but I'm not sure if it's what I'm looking for a Duracon. This yellow is actually really clean too, and it's metallic. So we can already have it pre-unlocked upon buying it. Even though it's matte, I think I'm gonna go with this desert tan. Because I actually really like this, and I'm gonna keep it on here. Yeah. And by the way, I went and grinded out the desert map a whole ton before I recorded this. So I got a lot of cash now. I'm not broke in the game like I was before. But let's go ahead and do body customization first. Usually you wouldn't, well, actually, hold up. Okay, you know what? Before I do anything in there, I want to take this thing kind of to like the max, if you know what I mean. I want to go like crazy on this. So even though I usually don't do it, I'm actually going to change the suspension on this. I'm going to go actually heavy duty independent front suspension is what I'm actually going to do. And then I forgot it doesn't save it if you don't go ahead and buy it. But in the back, I know I don't want to do monster suspension. I'm probably going to stick with the standard solid axle and make it heavy duty. In the rear, then in the front, heavy duty I-beam is pretty cool. Same with independent. You can do a solid axle pro. Heavy duty trophy type is really cool actually. Yeah. Thing is, I don't know how to make it so that the wheels don't have like that positive front camber, because I don't want to have that. You know what? Let's just stick with the standard solid axle heavy duty in the front. Let's just do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Wait, did I? I forgot to buy it. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Now suspension, I'm gonna go ahead and buy it out. Travel is going all the way down just to start off with. And just so that it looks proper, let's add some axle width too. Okay, now let's go into the body customization. So first thing I want to do is front bumpers. Thing is, I want to run this one, but for some reason this one isn't like wide enough. As weird as that may seem. Let me see, look at fenders real quick. So you got the big ones, cut fenders, those, then stock. Okay, so I think at the end of the day, I guess I am just gonna have to run with the stock bumper, even though it doesn't like look that good. Like this bumper isn't wide enough, and this bumper is like really high. I'll stick with this bumper for now, but we'll see. Definitely sticking with the stock rear bumper. Don't think I want to do a roll cage or a roof rack, because I'm trying to kind of make this thing look like Duracon-ish. I'm trying to make it look like somewhat factory with minor modifications. Fenders stay stock. Should we remove them? No, this thing actually looks clean without any side steps, so let's go ahead and do that. Don't think I want to do the light bar. Okay. Snorkel I'll pass because I'm trying to make this kind of factory looking. Let's put the spare tire on the back, and let's just say it's one of the... Oh wow, it's slightly off-centered. Do I really want a spare tire that's off-centered? I don't think I do. Yeah, I'm gonna skip out on that then. Let's see, exhaust. We can do hood stacks. We can do dual exhaust, or we can do the tips coming out the back, which actually a Duracon or like a Duraburb in real life would have a tip like kind of similar to that coming out the side. So let's run that. I'm gonna skip out on the protection plates, I think, because that's a little much. Don't want to worry about the jack. Winch I am 100% adding. Front light as well. Let's make the headlight color white. Gun rack in the bed. Oh, I'm sorry, not the bed, the back. Go ahead and put the repair kit in. And tow mirrors. Tow mirrors is a big part of this because most of the Duracon / Duraburb platforms are all built on like 2500 platforms. So yeah, they pretty much, tow mirrors are basically a must here. So let's go ahead and buy all that. Paint, let's see. Oh, dude, okay. I don't know why glossy paint is already pre-installed because it was matte as it came, but okay. Let me see. I want to mess with the color a little bit. Just to see what I can do with it. That's kind of cool. It's a little bit different. I'll keep it like this. And I'm not even going to mess with the window tint either. I'm going to keep it just like that. Let's see. Now wheels. Wheels is going to be a pretty big part of it. What's the most Duracon-ish looking wheel in here? I'm thinking it might be these. Especially if you make them black. What else? Those might work. These could definitely work, but I've been throwing these wheels on a lot of my trucks lately, so I don't know if I want to run them again. So let's go ahead and run these. Let's make them metallic black. Then for the bead, yeah, let's run a matte black bead actually. A metallic black spoke, like wheel with the matte black bead. I don't think I'm going to bead lock it though. Although that does actually look really sick. Man, do I want to bead lock it? That's actually really sick now that I'm looking at it. Now let's skip out on the bead lock. Skip out on the bead lock. Tires. What tires most likely look like they'd be on the Duracon? Probably the 9 grains actually, or the 12 grains. What do the 15s look like? Those are pretty legit. Those are pretty legit, but I think the 12 grain tires may be the way to go here. I think 12 grains may be the way to go. So let's go ahead and, yeah, let's keep that. Then real quick, let's go into decals. Text. This font. Let's see, I want 2500. Do 2500 HD actually. Yeah, let's run that. And then on the hood, let's put a Duramax badge. Oop, I did not mean to duplicate yet. Hold up. Dang it. Okay. There, edit text. Let's put Duramax. And then I want to duplicate. There we go. Just some mild badges to go here and there. I'd say I'm satisfied with that. I may add more stuff to it later on, but for right now, that's all I'm going to do. Now we move on to the important part, which is the engine. So, upgrades. First thing I'm going to do, let's actually go ahead and get grip, weight, and durability out of the way first, actually. Then let's do diesel swap. Let's max out the turbo. Then let's build up the engine just a little bit and see how that does on the dyno. Tuning, run the dyno, what's that gonna do? 305.04, so that needs to go up by quite a bit. Let me see. Upgrades. That's a kind of like halfway-ish, so let's try that. $375. I think it's going up like 25 horsepower for every engine upgrade I do. So let me do like 3 more. Well, no, 2 more for right now. Let's run that. $425 and $715. Okay, so now let's just do one more. Still fully built turbo. And now we should be at like 450 horse and like 750 torque. Yeah, 450 horse, 757 torque. So I wanted to get it to like the most accurate numbers I possibly could to like the regular Duramax in real life. So if we're making like just like 5 more horsepower than the real life Duramax, then I'm fine with that. I have no problem with that. Now let's go ahead into the suspension. Let's pull the axis width back in, because what I'm going to do to adjust for it is that I'm going to make the tires wider. Let's crank. Well, no. Let's not crank it. Let's set it to 40,000, I'm thinking, in the back, 35 in the front. So right there ought to be perfect. So it can have that rake that I like in all my trucks. Okay. Leaf spring, mount height. Let's bring that up so the leaf springs aren't inverted. Then let's go into suspension. No, I'm sorry. Wheels and tires. How much will it let us bump it by so far? You know what? I like that width, and I think I want to stay there. But let's take the radius and bring it down to the bottom of 1.0. And then let's go ahead and take the axle width and bring it out so that it's just to the fenders. There we go. This thing's looking legit now. I was worried that the bumper was going to be kind of ugly since it's like so high off the ground, but it actually turned out pretty good looking, even without the side steps. So, okay. I was about to say that I was done, but like, I still feel like it's too tall. And that may have something to do with the heavy duty solid axle that's under here. You know what? I think my regular, like my police Tahoe is set to 35K rear, 30 in the front. So let's run that. And then to test how strong it is, let's go to, this is pretty much going to be the build of the Duracon, by the way. I'm basically done with it. Let's go to Kentucky Hills Farm real quick, and let's do the job that I was doing with the Silverado a couple days ago by doing that tractor delivery job that's on there, because that could be a pretty good test for it. Because I'm pretty sure I should have the that red like single axle trailer equipped right now, right? I think I do. Come on. Please load. I don't want this video to be ridiculously long, even though it's probably already pretty long. Okay, we're in. See how this thing goes. It's not bad. Yeah, you can definitely tell that the torque is there in the lower RPMs, and yeah, you can definitely tell that the torque is there in the lower RPMs, and for sure as a fact, this thing is even without like the custom gearing setup that I have on the Tundra and some of my other trucks, which I do want to put on this thing at some point. The acceleration is pretty strong. Now, unfortunately, I do think that this trailer with the tractor on here does have the trailer glitch. But even so, that's really cool. I kind of want one of these in real life now. It doesn't even have to be like specifically a Duramax swap Suburban. It can just be like a regular, like, used 2500 that somebody's trying to sell or something. I genuinely almost kind of want one of these now. More than anything, I kind of want to see what one with the old 8100 Vortec was like, because that was just a massive V8 during its time. Heck, even by modern day standards, that thing was a massive V8. That old 8.1 liter Vortec that they made up until like the late 2000s, I think, or the mid 2000s. That was an amazing engine. Almost turned off on the bridge, but that's the wrong turn off for this delivery. The engine braking is really strong. Like, really strong. Yeah, this thing's getting the job done, though. Sure as a fact. This thing is a really capable truck, and I should probably do some, like, role-playing stuff with it in the future, now that I think about it, because I would love to see this thing hitched up to the horse trailer. You know what? I'm going to post that on TikTok, actually. I'm going to hook the horse trailer up to this thing just to see how it does, and then afterwards, I'm going to put that on TikTok. And it's going to drop before the actual video does, just because the TikTok, obviously, since it's so short, it takes such a shorter amount of time to upload, but, you know. All right, so a little bit more. Right there. Tractor and 2,240 grand. I'm sorry, $2,240 for delivering that tractor with this Duramax Suburban. And man, this thing is definitely killer. I'm gonna have to put the custom gearing from the Tundra and some of my other trucks on this thing at some point, but yeah, that's very impressive. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss an upload from me. Also, be sure to go follow my TikTok page at ChanShady'sYT, where I post teasers for videos and some dyno runs on some of my trucks recently. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Talk to you guys later.